welcome back with me, Kelsey. I'm sitting in the Toy Notes studio, and I have found a new game I'm really excited to try. You know, I'm always on the hunt for a good family game night game, something unique and not Monopoly, because Monopoly will rip families apart. So this one today we have is Pandemic. This one's actually multinationally awarded from the USA, France, Australia. It's gotten lots of recognition for being a great game. The whole theme of the game, can you save humanity? So let's go ahead and get it opened and see what gameplay looks like with the new game, Pandemic. So it's trying to try our hand at Pandemic and see if we can save humanity. What I'm liking about this game already is that it's a co-op game, so there's not a winner or a loser necessarily. Everybody wins together or they lose together. Now it says it takes about 45 minutes to play this game. I'm just going to give you guys kind of a demonstration so you can see where it's going, since nobody really wants to sit around for 45 minutes and watch someone else play an awesome game. So opening it up, we have a really big, thick instruction card. There's 7 role cards because essentially what you're going to do in this game is everyone has a role in keeping an epidemic disease at bay. So you have 7 role cards. Everybody can have a role, 7 pawns, and that means you can have up to 7 players. 59 player cards. It says it's 48 city cards, 6 epidemic cards, and 5 event cards. Reference cards, infection rate, outbreaks, 4 cure markers, 96 disease cubes. So there's a lot going on here. So when you set up the board, you're going to place the board in the middle, put the 6 research stations and disease cubes nearby. So let's pull the board out. Okay, so you guys can see most of the board. Actually, you're seeing all of it, so that's great. I'm going to keep the supplies kind of over to the side here and set things up. So we're going to set out the board, and then the different colored cubes, I'll show you guys. These cubes, yellow, blue, gray, and red, are supposed to be kept kind of nearby off to the side here. Now when you're setting, you're going to set the outbreak markers, which are in here. You've got these little medicine type looking things. Got these two don't belong. Okay. So these are cure markers, all different colors, and they are going to go down here at the bottom of the game. You can see right there. And they are color coded. So then you set that up. Number 3 step says that you're going to take the cards. Oh, the shrink wrap is always so hard to get in when you don't have good fingernails. So I think got another set of cards to open here. All right, now which ones are the infectious deck? So what it's saying is before we get into the cards, we have to take our infection rate marker and infect 9 cities. So what we're going to do is take the infection rate marker and put it over here, right up there. And then it says to shuffle the infection cards, which are these guys here, these green infection cards. Shuffle those up real good. And flip over 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. So we have Baghdad, Taipei, and Tokyo. Put 3 disease cubes of the matching color on each of these cities. So you would put like gray on this one and red on these. And then you're going to flip over 3 more cards. 1, 2, 3. Bogota, Cairo, and Chennai. We'll put 2 disease cubes on each of these cities in corresponding color, and then 3 more. So this is our 9 cities. First, second, and in symbol, Delhi and Karachi. So in total, by the time you've placed all the disease cubes, which are these guys, remember, you're going to have 18 cubes out, each matching the color of the city placed. You're going to put these face up on the infection discard pile up here, and the infection deck is going to go here. So everybody's going to have discard cubes, and they're going to go up here. Number 4, give each player cards and a pawn. Every person gets a reference card, which is one of these, and a roll card. You'll shuffle these all up and then deal them out. Boop, boop, boop. Everybody's quarantine specialist, researcher, and contingency planner. Then they'll get the corresponding colored pawn to go with them. This is going to be your player deck. These are going to get shuffled up, and it says to set the game's difficulty level by using either 4, 5, or 6 epidemic cards. So for an introductory game, you will use 4 epidemic cards, which might be hidden in that stack over there. Nope, these are all the infection deck. We have some hidden in here, do we? Nope, these are all the player deck. Where are we looking at? These are all the rolls. These are the reference cards. So I found them. They actually look just like the regular playing cards, so you gotta be careful about that. So for standard game, the first time you play, you're gonna put 4 of these. The other 2 will set off to the side. So you're gonna mix them in with your player deck. And then there's a nice little spot for that right down here. Now, moving on to the last instructions. It says, begin play. The players will look at the city cards that they have in their hand. Now, when you are giving everybody their cards, that means each person gets... So before you mix in the epidemic cards, each person is going to get a number of cards depending on how many people are playing. I have 3 rolls out, so if you had a 3-player game, each person's going to get 3 cards. So, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then you would take the epidemic cards, put them in, start playing. Now, when you start playing your hand, you're going to take a look at your hand and see which cities you have. Obviously, I did not shuffle a very good job. You're going to have 4 actions. And your play is divided into 3 parts. So you're going to draw 2 player cards. So these are examples of your 4 actions. You have movement actions such as drive or ferry, move to a city connected by a white line to one you are in. Direct flight, discard a city card to move to a city named on the card. Charter flight, discard the city card that matches the city you are moved into. Shuttle flight, move from a city with a research station to any other city that has a research station. There's a few other actions such as building research stations, treating diseases, sharing knowledge, and discovering a cure. Depending on which action you choose, you will pick one of the original cards in your hand. So I have Paris. If I wanted to go to Paris, I would put it down, and then my little pawn would move to Paris, for example. The next step of your turn, we've already done. I kind of got ahead of myself a little bit, and I grabbed 2 cards. Then number 3 is called Infecting Cities. Now, infected cities kind of work along with where you are at in the game. If you get one of those epidemic cards that we put in this drawing player, you're going to move this infection rate to the right. And depending on where the infection rate is how many cities you're going to infect. So we're at 2 right now. I would draw 2 cards. These 2 are now infected, Sydney and Shanghai. I would also put the disease cubes with them. That should end my turn. Let's just double check. Now, an outbreak, additionally, you'll need to know that an outbreak is when you have all the cities kind of close together and they're getting you've got lots of diseases in one area. And as that occurs, you're going to move the disease outbreak marker forward and place 1 cube of the disease color in every connected city around that area. So as you can see, what's going to happen is you've got these infected cities, you've got the disease cubes, and it's going to keep moving out, moving out, moving out. And then it's your job, depending on your role, to supplement the needed information to end the spread and save humanity. Now, the most important part of this game is what your role is. As you can see, there's different roles: contingency planner, dispatcher, medic, operations expert, quarantine specialist, researcher, and scientist. Now, if you look closely, you can see that each of these players have a different assignment or ability that gives your overall team a better chance. For example, the dispatcher may move any pawn if its owner agrees to any city containing another pawn. So it can move things around a little bit more. The medic can remove all cubes, not just one, of the same color when doing a treat disease action, which is one of the 4 actions you can take when you start your turn. And that is similar for each of these. They all have something that's very special. So as you can see, I have these roles. Now each of these guys would have of the given actions to choose, which again, you've got these research cards so you can remember which actions you're allowed. And then you'll have a special one listed on your card. For example, the quarantine specialist says prevent disease, cube placements, and outbreaks in the city that you are in and all cities connected to it. So the name of the game is to play your actions in a way that contains or eradicates the disease. So if you are able to get rid of all the disease cubes off of the table of a certain color, say it's the red color, you are able to use your powers to get all that gone before more red cities are infected, then that disease is eradicated. Boop, it's gone. Then no more red cities can get infected, and now you're down to 3. The goal of the game is by the end of the play, you want to eradicate all of these, or everybody kind of loses as a whole. I like that this game, it's a little bit more complex, so it's going to take some actual reading of the instructions. I'm trying to do a good job of walking you guys through it. It is a little bit more of a complex game, but it's kind of a cool co-op game. It's a different experience. It's a unique game. I also like that the board has spaces for all the cards. It walks you through the setup, and it has reminders about playing. These research cards are super handy for what actions you can take. And the game makes it easy to follow if you're playing for the first time. And then, of course, as you get better, it will continue to get easier and easier as you're learning to play and become more and more fun in the race against the clock to save humanity. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed learning to play Pandemic with me. I tried my best to show you the whole board and kind of walk you through the playtime. To be honest, it's a little bit confusing until you just start going in and taking it step by step by step. But in the end, it ends up being a super cool game and one that's really unique. So there's not a lot of games out there that have this styling or that kind of cooperative nature, which I always like in a board game. So guys, if you want to be here for more games, more new games and award-winning games like Pandemic, make sure you hit that subscribe button and keep checking us out at toynotes.com. But until next time.